Right. So, hello, I'm Sahar Aloul. I am a core team member of Sadaqajo. It's a women's organization group in Jordan. We work on alleviating women's barriers to entry for women into the workplace and to access economic opportunities and jobs. I won't necessarily call what we are doing as an initiative per se, because we are a civil society organization, and this is one of the main pillars that we work on. So I'm going to be speaking about the National Framework for Gender-Sensitive Public Transport in Jordan. And here we are. So we are a women's rights group organization based out of Amman, Jordan. We were launched in 2011. So it's been 10 years since our inception. And we were founded by we were a group of working women who were impacted by the unfair distribution of care burden and that effect on our careers. And we work on, as I said, alleviating the three main barriers to entry for women into the workplace in Jordan, which are, surprise, surprise, the lack of access to public transport, lack of daycares, and pay inequity or low pay for women. Unfortunately, Jordan is one of the lowest countries in the world in women economic participation. We have not broken the 14% economic participation for the past 3 decades. And these were the three main structural barriers to entry. So moving on to gender and mobility, in 2018, we, in cooperation with FES, hello, Sarah, we conducted a study on public transport and on gender in public transport, and from the perspective of women users. And it was the first of its kind to study the effect of public transport on women's access to public space. And that was the number that Sarah spoke about a few minutes ago. 47% of women surveyed said they refused a job opportunity due to the lack of public transport, a very alarming number when we consider that Jordan is suffering from a high budget deficit. In 2020, and in order to address these barriers that hold back women's economic empowerment and participation in the labor market, and based on the results of the study that we had launched back then, we wrote up an MOU with the Jordanian Ministry of Transport, and with the support of the UN Women, we launched a national framework for gender-sensitive public transport that aims to enhance reliability, safety, and accessibility of public transport for women in Jordan. And again, in the same year, we conducted another study on the mobility of women working in agriculture at this time, which were the most disenfranchised group of women in the job market. And we highlighted the conditions of women workers in the farming sector and documented their trips back and to the places of work, which were the farms. Moving on, the next slide. Have I reached the 5-minute limit?
Yeah. Speed up.
Quickly.
Yeah.
So removing barriers to entry for women to public spaces, that's our main goal, and namely economic participation. What do we want to change? Introduce a comprehensive gender-sensitive transport system that provides easy, accessible, affordable, clean, and reliable and safe public transport services. And finally, how we want to improve women's mobility and access to public transport by changing policies and influencing them through enhancing services, improving women's experience on means of public transport, minimizing transportation time, cost effectiveness, and of course, safety, our main target, again, policymakers. And this is our final statement for you to read. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.